Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga. What a crazy night. If you've watched them, then you know what I'm talking about. If you've not watched them, here's your review of what has been the Champions League second leg. The crazy European nights. Manchester City and Real Madrid. Bayern playing Arsenal at home. Before we get into it, guys, I would really like at this moment to, if you hit the subscribe button, support the videos, support the channel, because I realize 100% of you watching the videos, like I'm looking at the data, I keep looking at it, and I'm realizing there's a lot of love in the United States, the United Kingdom, Nigeria, a lot of viewers out there. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope the support kind of keeps coming in to help grow the channel. But none of you are subscribed, so I really hope and wish that all of the viewers coming in are subscribed to the channel. Sports with Monga is basically just a fan channel where I'm kind of sharing my views of the games that I watch. I watch a lot of sports, watch a lot of football, European, Europa League, Champions League, Premier League games, and share my thoughts of how I see it as a fan. So welcome on the ride. Enjoy I hope you enjoy the content, and let's get into it. But before that, hit the subscribe button. Crazy night. Champions League, another crazy night here. I think we're just kind of being spoiled in a way, but absolute madness of this game, the way it kind of ended and had been. Of course, a lot to get into, but interestingly, both the English clubs. Oh my God, what a Champions League draw! Manchester City lose to Real Madrid at home on a penalty shootout from after. And it's so interesting, like who missed it? Who misses the penalty? Do you know who misses the penalty? It's Bernardo Silva and Mateo Kovacic, one of the most dependable players for Pep Guardiola. And after Real Madrid's top, like, assist king, like the legend of the game, Mr. Luka Modric misses the first penalty. The first penalty in the shootout is taken by Real Madrid, and he misses it. Oh my God! Wow, what crazy scenes this game was! Absolute madness. Rodrygo hits the final nail in that goal, but then Ederson steps up as well for Manchester City to show the intent. That's kind of just crazy, guys. But this is how it kind of happened in the game. Rodrygo scoring the first goal in the 12th minute, of course, on the counter, showing what Real Madrid are made of and what they actually do to teams when they play Champions League. Of course, there's a lot of talking point with the history that Real Madrid holds and has, that it just becomes really hard for you to get out of that, because of course they won 13. Like, yeah, it's Real Madrid they just won it 12 times, more than any club, and it's just like, yeah, they just keep qualifying. But yeah, Manchester City played a really great game, guys. Come on, we have to understand. Manchester City made Real Madrid play like Luton Town. They had 5 or 8 man defense wall, 32% possession for Real Madrid, 68% possession for Manchester City. Complete total dominance by Manchester City. There were chances that they could have scored. There were chances that they could have finished the game early enough, and they did not have to go in the penalties. But then Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham doing a really good pivot to get the first goal after Rodrygo's goal, but it was Andre Lunin, Kevin De Bruyne also. The goals were like amazing, but he had a chance. He had a couple of chances. I think Akanji was the player for Manchester City, running all around. Stones had a great game. Haaland was completely blocked by Rudiger. Foden was almost like he was not seen in the game, but then they were playing side to side, trying to press. But the Real Madrid were like so deep, and they were defending so deep. There was no way they were giving them anything away. But Andrea Lunin saved 2 penalties in the shootout as Real Madrid eliminated holders Manchester City to reach the UEFA Champions League semi-final for the 4th season in a row. Yes, guys, they have just basically killers. This is for Real Madrid fans, what a great game you've had. Drop in the comment section below. Let me know what do you think about this. For Manchester City fans, I think you have to be proud. Sometimes the best team loses. And that's true. That's happened. We've seen this over and over. Like Real Madrid has also lost. But then sometimes the best teams that they've dominated, they lose. Real Madrid have now eliminated the UEFA Champions League reigning title holders 6 times in the knockout ties, at least twice as often as any other side in the competition history. Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti has qualified for the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League for the 10th time, the joint most of any manager in the competition level with Pep Guardiola. Real Madrid have qualified for the semi-final of the European Cup, the UEFA Champions League, for the 33rd time in the club's history, 12 more times than the club with the next most semi-final appearances, Bayern Munich, 21. Crazy game. Madrid are through to the semi-finals of the Champions League due to a 4-3 penalty shootout win over the holders City after a 4-4 aggregate draw over 2 legs. Lunin saved 2 of City's spot kicks, keeping out Silva and Kovacic to ultimately see them through. Ederson, who saved Modric's penalty before scoring his own, couldn't get across to Rudiger's effort. But what was the decider? If Rodrygo had opened the scoring for the Los Blancos early in the first half before Kevin De Bruyne equalized the second to force the game to extra time. Though neither of them could find the winner. And it's interesting, guys. It's a perfect pivot. Madrid will play Bayern Munich in the semi-final, but it's interesting for Real Madrid. They head to an El Clasico. Barcelona, that's the next game. City won't have any chance to retain their Champions League title, but they are still in the domestic double. They now look ahead for the FA Cup match against Chelsea on Saturday. That's kind of the wrap up of the City versus Real Madrid game. And then that's the perfect pivot because Real Madrid will now face will face not an English club, and that's interesting. Both English clubs have been knocked out in this round. They will face familiar foes, a Bayern, a Munchen of Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel, of course, struggling and will be out in the end of the season, but this was the game. I had predicted that Harry Kane will get the last laugh, and that's what happened eventually. Harry Kane has got the last laugh on Arsenal. Of course, him not scoring, but it was the goal from Joshua Kimmich, the header on the 63rd minute that made it a 3-2. Bayern Munich secure a 1-0 victory over Arsenal at the Allianz Arena, and the German side will advance into the semi-finals of the Champions League after the two sides shared the spoils in the opening leg. Tuchel and his team will have been confident heading into the game with the home crowd behind them. It was a slow start to the game with neither able to create a whole lot of chances. The Brazilian arrived in the box unmarked. And the Brazilian I'm talking about is Gabriel Martinelli. He had a couple of chances. He should have just squared them away in the first half to finish the game. But Bayern Munich had the chance and then they gobbled it up. On the stats side, it was pretty even. 42 Bayern, 48 Arsenal. Shots on target, 3-on-3. But the only shot that counted was Joshua Kimmich's goal. It's interesting to see how it's kind of ended for Bayern and for Arsenal as well. It's heartbreaking time because they lost to Aston Villa in the Premier League and they now lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. It is a learning for the team, and of course they will come back stronger hopefully next year. But that's what Champions League nights are all about. The pressure takes on you. You can call Arsenal sloppy because they had the chances. They could have finished the game early enough, but then they didn't. They let the game standing, and that's what Bayern, who have the confidence, they will finish the game. But almost felt like Arsenal were dropping flat in the second half, almost tired legs, tactics not working, brain not functioning, passes gone awry. But that's Champions League. That's the pressure that you kind of play with, and that's what you thrive in as well. What does this mean for Bayern Munich? Is it possible that they can at least go ahead and try and beat Real Madrid? It's going to be interesting. But One thing is clear, all English teams are out of the European, except Aston Villa, who won in the Conference Club because of Emi Martinez on the penalty shootout there. But crazy, crazy drama, a penalty thriller with Manchester City and Real Madrid. Bayern through after beating Arsenal in the Allianz Arena 1-0. Get in the comment section below, guys. If you watched the video till now, let me know. Do sometimes best teams actually not win? Drop in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share it with your friends who watch the Champions League. Hit the bell icon to be able to for more videos. I'm doing the next for the second leg for the different game. So do look out for the PSG Barcelona game as well. And Dortmund, the day of comebacks all around. Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid. Look out for that video. And again, subscribe to the channel, guys, if you've not done already. And I catch you in the next one. See ya.